It's travel episode time. We're going to northern Nicaragua, and this is at a wave called the boom. Doesn't take long to figure out why they call it the boom. That's Nosara Sylvan getting blasted. Here's him taking it on the head once again, but he is charging. He really gave it a go in a mid-length out there. This third wave is fantastic. Any surfer from Guiones would just be thrilled to get covered on a wave like that to come out. As you can see, he's stoked. Let's get into this episode. Instead of This Week in Nosara, it's This Week in Nicaragua. We're crossing the border, and we're going to head up to the northern area of the country, my favorite area. We're looking for this house and this neighborhood. It's called Chancletas Beach Resort, and if you haven't checked it out, go to their Instagram when you get some time and just sit back and enjoy the content. This wave is fantastic. It is right at the peak, and just look at that backside barrel, and look at this frontside one. You don't have to be a pro to get barreled here. You just have to be willing to pull in and give it a go. 10 minutes from that blue house in Chancletas is this wave, Playa Nahualapa, which is my favorite. We're going to break the trip up, though, because it takes a little while to get there from Nosara. So we're going to cross the border and go to a little town called Granada. This is a restaurant called Pita Pita with bottles hanging from the roof. And this is Hotel Dario. This is what Granada looks like. And it's a nice enough place, pretty cool to visit, but there's no surf there. So I was excited to get in the car and head on up to the Marina area and follow the rainbow to my favorite spot. I guess there's lots of towns here. Aposentillo, Acerradores. There's the boom, and that's where Chancletas is. Before we go to Chancletas, we're going to go to Troy's house. We got to stop by his board storage for some boards, grab a quad. Hopefully Elisha enjoys driving that around. And then we headed to Chancletas. There's sunrise at the blue house, and this is sunset. A buddy and I just bought this, and real excited about it. Chancletas is a special spot. So to get to the surf, here's what you do. You walk over through the grounds of Chancletas. There's the hotel, the restaurant, the playground, pool, all that good stuff. Most importantly, there's a pathway right to the peak. Here's what the surf looked like the first night, getting boomed. Oh, that's a sweet old Rolo. I think he did a 360 at the end too. That was intense. So the locals, they're rip. They're used to pulling in and getting barreled. A lot more two-time there than maybe what we're used to in Guiones. Guiones is more consistent though and breaks at every tide. Much more soft wave. This is more of a mid-tide to higher tide break, and it breaks hard. But if you pull in, you can have just the wave of your lifetime. There's Elisha. Good to see him out there getting into some fun stuff. Really good vibe out there. Good community at Chancletas. Real excited about being part of that. This is Shay. He started the whole place, and holy cow, does he surf good. I saw him airdrop into some waves and just thread the barrel. If you want to stay right at the peak, hit up Chancletas. Looking at the map, there's an estuary and a bit of an island sticking out there. There's a couple surf breaks, but there's also lots of other stuff to do. Boats are shooting around, all kinds of activities, kayaking, SUP, and whatnot. You can fish. Troy's trying to throw a cast net. He's not very good at that. I think that's only his first or second attempt. But out there's the island. You can take a boat to that wave. And we did. There's Kai and I on a couple. Looking back to the north, way up at the point is Aposentillo. Amaru is located there, and that is a really cool spot. Good vibe, good people. Really need to see that place happening. Check it out sometime if you're in the area. You can walk to the surf at Aposentillo there, or you could actually walk to the boom too. If nothing else, just go enjoy the vibe and meet some great people. Las Duñas is walking distance to Aposentillo too. Their restaurant's always open, super consistent. Hit them up. Now, if you come back this way towards the boom, though, that's the type of surf that you see there. And it's not for everyone. That's actually the island in the back of that picture. But if you go to the boom, pull in, hold on tight, see how it goes. There's a little wave right there in the estuary that forms at the right tide and setup. I happened to have a longboard one day when we were out surfing the island and some other breaks, and I wanted to give it a try. It was such a long, fast wave. Strong current, though. Anyway, I felt like a kid. Let's look back into the estuary. There's the volcano. Around the corner is the marina. Marina Puesta del Sol has a pretty big presence here because it's so unique. That estuary is big and interesting, and you almost wouldn't expect this to be here, but here it is. It's open Thursday through Sunday right now, and they have a fishing tournament sometimes. Anyway, let's head on back down the beach for sunset. Christina's in town, which is pretty cool, from California, Nosara. She brought Caleb, and he is just a pleasure to be around. He and some local Nicaraguan kids are becoming friends. They're learning each other's languages and having a good time. The next morning, I'm super stoked because it's my birthday. There's my birthday pancake, and it could not be better for me because we're going to Nahualapa. That's just about my favorite wave anywhere. So about a 10-minute ride up from Chancletas, you get to here. And I just love it. There's a right, there's a left. That's actually me going left at the right. But there's also inside little tiny sections. The drive up is beautiful. Occasionally you might run into some traffic like we did on this day. But outside of that, it's just a fantastic place to go. Good vibe. There's Troy, and that's Kai, and that's Sylvan. And they're pretty excited. Sylvan's got a longboard. He's excited to see the right going. Tells Troy to get out there and give it a go. And that's exactly what I did. Troy's new to trying longboards. You normally ride shortboards, but I'm trying to get him into it. Kaya, that's my daughter, and I wanted to film a different angle of her and surfers giving it a go from the south. So I walked down there and filmed this one. Sylvan on a nice one. He's riding an old school board, kind of 50-50 rails. He's doing cockroaches or whatever moves you call those. Cheater fives and coffin rides and whatnot. He's having a good time. It's pretty cool to share my birthday with these folks. Local fishermen out there getting some. Troy's on the right. He shouldn't be that far into the rocks. Don't do that if you're never there. It's fun surfing with your kids, and again, just a great birthday. Some long rides out there. I kind of combine, in my mind, I combine this wave with guiones and aviones. It's kind of like right in the middle somewhere in there. This dog comes and hangs out with us every year. Its mom's always out there, and just a good vibe. A lot of families come to this spot. If the boom's too hard for you, and it is for many people, actually I would probably say it for most people, but you still want to have a little bit of push and you don't want to go as small as Aposentillo, this might be the way for you. Again, you have a right. That's most of what we're seeing here, but there's lefts too. That lady's super nice. She's always out there. I think she lives around the corner or something. Also, a lot of the folks from the boom, like the real aggro guys, they don't like to come to this wave because it's too soft. Again, the vibe's real soft around here. Super friendly. I walked up to the north to shoot back and take a look at the whole area from there. There's the estuary over to the side. There's some hills back there. We stayed in a rental house, and that's what the view looked like. That was a sunrise wave, and this is a sunset. You can walk to the surf from there. There's Boris. He owns a restaurant that's located there called Costa del Sol. Go visit that place and tell him I said hi. He is just a great guy, and I love that restaurant. Also, Tapas and Surf over at Nahualapa is a good one. It's right on the beach. Glad they're there. Went back in for an afternoon closeout session over at the boom. This is the view from the Chancletas Yogashala. Jeez, the boom booming. I want to thank you for checking out our journey up to North Nicaragua and some of the waves from my birthday. This is the restaurant Al Cielo. Hit them up when you're in town. And also support these local businesses. They want and need tourism up here, and it's a pretty cool place. Thanks for checking out my video. This Week in Nosara will be back starting next week.